The N4M handpose patch is a patch that allows a user to open a piece of software called MediaPipe handpose, which will use the webcam of a particular device to identify the user's hand for gesture recognition. It analyzes the webcam environment and will detect if it contains a hand. If the software can detect a hand, it will allocate the 21 key points onto that hand, 1 key point for the palm and 4 for each finger. If 21 key points can be detected, it will display the hand via these key points in the jit.p window item inside the match patch. We use the N4M hand pose patch with Wekinator to record each hand gesture and give each one a name. With these names, we can allocate each hand gesture or output with a picture that will show up in the FPIC inside the N4M hand pose patch here. Unfortunately, when trying to map out each output, an error status occurred stating status could not add new example, length was 0. This status can be seen at the bottom of Wekinator here. This meant that we could not map any of the hand gestures to their outputs and could not show the allocated image inside the FPIC. Instead, we have to show each hand gesture inside the max patch and bring up a picture of what is supposed to appear in the FPIC. So the first gesture is to accept a phone call, making a thumbs up, and this is the corresponding image. The second gesture is to decline a phone call, making a thumbs down, and this is the corresponding image. The third gesture is to turn up the sound in a car, pointing up with your index finger. This is the corresponding image. The fourth gesture is to turn down the sound in a car, pointing up with your index and middle finger, and this is the corresponding image. The fifth gesture is to mute the sound in a car, pointing up with your pinky finger, and this is the corresponding image. The sixth gesture is to unmute the sound in a car, pointing up with your thumb and pinky finger, and this is the corresponding image. The seventh gesture is to begin zooming on a map inside a car, pointing up with your index and pinky finger, and this is the corresponding image.
The eighth gesture is to begin zooming onto a specified area, pointing up with the index finger and middle finger, and this is the corresponding image. The ninth gesture is to accept the specified location, open hand facing upwards, and this is the corresponding image. The 10th gesture is to search for other locations. Close fist, and this is the corresponding image. The 11th gesture is to increase the heat inside of a car, pointing up with thumb, index, and middle finger, and this is the corresponding image. The 12th gesture is to decrease the heat inside of a car, pointing up with thumb, index, middle, and ring finger, and this is the corresponding image. The 13th gesture is to increase the fan, pointing up with index, middle, and ring finger, and this is the corresponding image. The 14th gesture is to decrease the fan, pointing up with index, middle, and pinky finger, and this is the corresponding image.